It's the five count. The five count.
Chill.
I'm Cav Manning. I'm Frosty Walnut.
This is all purely speculation.
It's the five count. It's the five count.
What the fuck is this?
What you said?
Here's me, Twitcher.
What you said?
Here's me, Twitcher.
What you want, Bato? Dap, me.
I'm Frosty Walnuts, and that's the word on the sheets. Chill.
World renowned.
Who ain't sound?
World renowned.
Who ain't sound?
World renowned.
Who ain't sound?
What you said?
World renowned.
Chill.
It's the five count. It's the five count.
Chill. The fuck is this?
It's the five count.
The fuck is this?
It's the five count.
Together, we're assholes.
It's the five
Believe
count. The five count.
in the lingus.
What's up, Lingus Mafia? It's the 5 Count. I'm Cav Manning, and this is the show that gives you the top 5 stories that happened this week in the world of pro wrestling. I'm Cav Man. The number 5 story this week is Cena taking his rematch coming up at Night of Champions. The problem with this is no one else. Who are they going to feed Brock? You got to have Brock win a couple until Mania, most likely. So Cena gets the rematch already after getting whooped just a couple weeks ago. We're going to see what happens, but it'll probably be where somebody jumps in and stops this match, so he almost wins and gets a little bit of his face back, but then gets off into another program. There was a cage match this week on Impact to decide who the number 1 contender to Bobby Lashley's world title would be. I thought I was watching Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan in the 80s because two guys, Rude and Eric Young, both jumped off the cage at the same exact time to the floor. And it was taped, thank God, because, nobody's going to hit the floor at the same exact time. And now they're both number 1 contenders. So we'll probably have a 3-way match coming up. And since they have taped all of these shows, we already know the outcome. Impact moved to Wednesdays this week. On August 20th, they scored a 0.65 rating for their first Wednesday night airing. This is a drop-off of 34% from last week's 0.96 rating. Last week was the final episode in the customary Thursday night time slot where TNA and Spike gave their audience less than 1 week's notice of Impact changing. The last time Impact scored this low was also on a non-traditional night of the week where they scored a 0.50 rating in the next to last Monday night airing in April 2010. This led Impact to shift back to Thursday nights. Wednesday's Impact drew 852,000 viewers. This was down 24% from Thursday's show and down 40% from the audience 2 weeks ago. The viewership figured equatable to Thanksgiving episode when a good chunk of the audience just misses the show, and last year's Thanksgiving show drew 825,000 viewers. And speaking of Impact, it looks like they're going to be around for a long time, well, at least until December, which will actually be on New Year's Eve. Bringing in a new year and saying goodbye to TNA? Time will tell. They're still shopping. They're still trying to find a deal, though. And your number 1 story, which I find very humorous, and this screams just TNA. This is just what they are and what they do. Bully Ray has left the company and did not re-sign. They couldn't come to terms. So right now they're having a tag tournament, kind of, where it's a 3-way thing with the Hardys and the Wolves and the Dudley Boys, or 3D as their copyright is infringed on. And it's a best of 3 series. And they have filmed all of this except for the final match. So what the hell are they going to do? It screams TNA how fucked up this is. So that's it this week. That's your whole countdown, top 5. I'm Cav Manning. If you want to see more of what we do, go to the5count.com, the number 5. And you can also check us out on iTunes and see our podcast. Go to the iTunes podcast, also on Stitcher, and type in Lingus Mafia. And you could hear all that happened this week in wrestling, plus other nonsense. So, that's it, and we'll see you next Tuesday. I'm Cav Manning.
This is all purely speculation.